What's up, everybody? Today, we're going to be speaking about credit cards. And not just any type of credit cards, starter cards. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you know what's the best starter credit card to have in November of 2020. And listen, smash that like button. I know, credit cards. What am I supposed to do? I can tell you myself, it took me forever to finally really care about building my credit and putting the time and effort into really making that something that's important for me, for my life, in order to progress. So credit cards are definitely something that you should consider when trying to set yourself up for financial success. And the first credit card that we're gonna speak about is the Bank of America secured credit card. Now listen, I know a lot of people don't really speak about this card. I'm gonna share with you some tips and tricks that can definitely help you out when applying for this credit card. After applying for this credit card, it requires you to have at least a minimum deposit of $300.
$300?
That means after you apply for the card, it requires you to put at least $300 of your own money into the credit card as a security deposit. Now don't worry, don't freak out, you're not gonna lose that money forever, but it is the minimum deposit that's required in order to get this card. After a time period, you do become eligible in order to get that money back. Now what exactly is that $300 security deposit? Well, that's gonna be the line of credit that Bank of America is gonna give you during the time that you have the card. If, for any reason, you do wanna have a larger amount available to you on that card, you are able to give up to $4,900 as your security deposit. I definitely wouldn't recommend to have such a large limit on your first credit card, especially when first starting to build your credit. Really, you want to try to use your card as little as possible and make sure that you pay it back as soon as you can. Remember, right now we're just trying to build the credit, so it's great that Bank of America allows you to have this minimum of just $300 in order for you to slowly start to build your credit. So that's definitely something great about Bank of America. One of the other great things about this Bank of America card is they have no annual fees. So every year you're not required to pay any type of maintenance fee for having this type of card. Like I mentioned, one of the great parts about this Bank of America card is that you are eligible to get your money back. And there's two different ways that could kind of happen for you to be able to get whatever you put down as your security deposit. If you pay your balance in full and close your credit card account, or when they review your account periodically, they might decide that now is an appropriate time for you to get your money back. They do put a conditional, not all customers will qualify. Bank of America currently has a 22.99% APR as of November of 2020. This is definitely a high APR, but for a beginner credit card, this is kind of what you expect. One of the cons of the Bank of America credit card is that you're not gonna get any type of cash back, rewards, points, anything like that from this starter card. Now let's talk Bank of America penalties. With Bank of America, you can get a late payment of up to $40 and a returned payment fee of up to $29. Now, one of the things I want to point out about Bank of America is if you already have an account with them, or if you don't have an account with Bank of America, there is a little bit of a caveat or a trick that you can kind of play with Bank of America in order to get a better starter credit card. Bank of America has a cash rewards card. Now, when you apply for this rewards card, if you don't have the best credit, you probably, are not gonna qualify for it. And then, depending where you live, it's gonna ask you to plug in your zip code there. They have special plans or specific programs for the area where you live. So for example, where I live in Boston, in this area, they did have an offer where you could pay $99 and get a $500 credit line. So depending where you are, I would try to apply for the cash rewards card and put in your zip code. See what special offers they might be having for your area, and it might be a lot better than going for the Bank of America secured card. That way, all you have to do is put in $99 and you're gonna get a $500 credit line. Instead of having to put $300 into Bank of America, you can just give the $99 and have that $500 credit line. So that's definitely a nice trick if you're looking into getting a card with Bank of America or you have an account with Bank of America. Give them a call, see if they have a special offer like that, or even online, just putting in your zip code to see if they have a special offer in your area. The next card we're going to speak about is the secured Mastercard by Capital One. Now, Capital One is also a good card because they're not going to require you to put down your own hard-earned money, those $300, $400, in order to have your credit line be of that amount. You can put $49, $99, or $200 as a security deposit for this card. And the way it works is that they're gonna give you a $200 starter credit, and whatever you put down as your security deposit is gonna be added on top of the original $200 that they give you. So you're gonna have, a little bit more of a bonus there where you don't have to put so much of your own money. So for example, if you did put $99 as a security deposit and you start with those $200 that Capital One already gives you, your credit line is actually gonna be $299. So that sounds like a pretty good offer. You're only putting in $99 and you're getting $299 as your credit line. Remember, we're not trying to spend everything. You just want to spend a little bit each month and make sure you pay it off so that we start to build that credit. With Capital One, you're also just gonna have a maximum approved line of credit of up to $1,000. One of the cool things of this secured Mastercard is that you can actually pick your bill date. This is really awesome because, like I said, you want to make sure that you pay all of your bills for your credit cards a day before or the day that they're due. That way, first of all, if you miss a payment, your credit doesn't get smashed, going way down. And also, you don't have to pay any type of interest on any money that you might have used in that month. So being able to choose the date that works for you, depending how you get paid right now, whether it's bi-weekly, weekly, whatever your situation is, you can choose a date that is most comfortable for you. If you want to pay all your bills on the same day, you can do that. That's definitely one of the pros of having this card. The secured Mastercard has an APR of 24.99%. It's higher than the Bank of America card. While it's great that this card really only requires you to at least put a $49 security deposit, unlike the Bank of America card that requires you to put at least $300 of your own money in order to start to build your credit. One of the cons of the secured Mastercard is that you're not actually gonna get that security deposit back as hard cash. The way it works is when they go to review your account after at least 6 months, they say, we will return your security deposit to you as a statement credit. As a statement credit, the secured Mastercard from Capital One is gonna have a late payment fee of $45. So pretty much what they're saying is that you're gonna give the security deposit and they're gonna apply this as a credit to your account later on. So you're never really gonna get your money back, but it's just so that you can continue to use the card later on. So that's kind of one of the weird things that Mastercard does as far as that security deposit. Time for the card that you've all been waiting for. The best card for you to get if you're just building your credit as of November of 2020. So if you've stuck around until this point in the video, you're gonna find out what is the best credit card to have in November of 2020 in order to start to build great credit. This is the jewel, it's the pearl, dime a dozen, Mona Lisa, creme de la creme. It's the card that if you don't have it, you definitely need to get it. I'm talking about the Discover It secured card. So this is going to be the card that you need to get as of November of 2020 in order to start to build your great credit. Let's first get through some of the essential things. In order to get the Discover It secured card, you are going to have to put down at least $200 as a security deposit in order to get this card. That's going to be the minimum. You can then have at least a maximum credit line of $1,000. This is going to be for the Discover It secured card. It's a secured card. You're going to have to at least put some money down in order for the banks to have a way to protect themselves. If for any reason you aren't able to make your payments, then you're going to need that security deposit in order to make sure they get their money. It's, a way for them to be able to protect themselves. So even though the Discover It secured card is a great card, you still are going to have to put down a security deposit. Fine, because the Discover It card does allow you to get a refund on your security deposit after a certain amount of time. Now, what really makes this the card that you should get as of November of 2020 is because this is one of the only cards that I could find that allow you to start to build your credit, but also give you cashback rewards as a starter card. This is crazy. Not only are you going to be building your credit, but you can get cashback rewards for money that you're going to spend. And at the end, I'm going to do a comparison of all three cards with a deposit or a credit line of $1,000 and see exactly at the end of 1 year what we would get back from each of the credit cards, taking into account any points we might have gotten from them, any type of rewards, also getting our security deposit back in order to see with concrete numbers where we're going to get most money back with the starter card at the end of 1 year. So with the Discover It secured card, you can earn 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 for every quarter of the year. That pretty much means that for 3 months, you're able to get 2% back on $1,000 that you might spend at either gas or restaurant. That works out to be about like $333 per month in gas, depending where you live. It's very easy for you to spend that amount of money on gas, depending how much you drive. Restaurants, kind of depends your style of living, but you don't necessarily have to spend that amount. Whatever you spend of that $1,000 max within those 3 months, you're gonna get 2% back. In a year, you're gonna have 4 quarters. So you have these 4 quarters in order to get that 2% cash back on that $1,000 limit. If you don't have a car and you don't really go to restaurants, you can also get up to 1% cash back on any other purchase that you might make. Wait for it. That's not it. With the Discover It secured card, not only can you get 2% cash back, but you also have unlimited cash back match at the end of your first year. This is a great perk that you're gonna get with the starter card. One of the few cards where you're getting the cashback rewards and unlimited cashback match at the end of your first year. If you're just starting to build your credit, I definitely recommend that you start with the Discover It secured card. Put whatever you feel is comfortable for you as a security deposit and start to build that credit now. For the Discover It secured card, your APR rate is gonna be 22.99. So if for any reason you're still not convinced about which card's the best, I wanna do a quick exercise of what you would get back at the end of 1 year with the Bank of America secured card, the secured Mastercard from Capital One, and the Discover It secured card. So let's say for each card, you wanna have a credit limit of $1,000. For Bank of America, that means that you're gonna have to put down a security deposit of your own money of $1,000. Then, for the secured Mastercard, if you wanna have a credit limit of $1,000, they're only gonna require you to put $800 because then they're gonna give you $200 for free. So $800 plus their $200 is gonna be your $1,000 credit limit for each month. Then, for the Discover It Secured card, you are gonna have to put $1,000 of your own money in order to have that credit limit of $1,000. But let's say the whole year goes by. With the Bank of America card, you put $1,000 of your own money. At the end of that year, if all goes well, you made all your payments, and the credit gods say you have been good, then you're gonna get the $1,000 back. But then, with the secured Mastercard, at the end of 1 year, after you have put that $800 deposit at the beginning, you're not even gonna get those $800 back. But if you please the credit gods, then those $800 are just gonna be put in to your credit card as credit for your next payment. So you're never actually even gonna see those $800 back. So you're kind of forced to keep your card open with Capital One. With the Discover It card, you put $1,000 as your initial security deposit. Each quarter you spend $1,000. That means in each quarter you can get $20, because from those $1,000, 0.2% is going to be a $20 cash back. $20 times 4 quarters in a year is $80. They're going to match your money at the end of the year. So you got $80 cash back, they're going to match that. Now you have $160 for free for just signing up for a card. So at the end of the year, you're gonna get your $1,000 back plus $160. So at the end of the year, for just having and using the Discover It Secured card, you can get $1,160 back, which is great for having a credit line of $1,000 and really not having to do anything else. So after looking at those 3 cards, Bank of America, you're just getting your money back. Secured Mastercard, you're not really even getting your $800 back. They're using it as credit. And the Discover It Secured card, you're actually getting your $1,000 security deposit back plus $160, showing just how good of a card it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You smash that like button, subscribe. I'm gonna make sure that I bring all of you really good content in regards to financing, to building generational wealth, coding, sharing kind of my experience on this path of generational wealth with all of you while bringing you any value that I can. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for sticking around, and you now know what's the best credit card to get in 2020. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.